Hello everyone, welcome to episode 61 of Daily Flip. My name is Justin. If you're not familiar with thecarflip.com, you should go there, you should check it out. You should put your email address in the top of the screen. When it slides down, that's thecarflip.com. Today I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what's been going on here at my dealership. If you watched yesterday's video, I have swapped back to my lapel mic. Hopefully the sound is much better. I am outside against my better judgment because it's really hot, and as you can see, I'm already starting to sweat. It's super humid right now, but I'm walking to the back of my car dealership to show you this car right here. This actually was pretty exciting today. I bought this, I can probably find the date on it. I can tell you when I bought it. I bought this, when you buy a car at auction, it's going to tell you who you bought it from. There'll be a run number. And I can't see the date because they took it off right here. But I bought this like a month and a half ago. I think I see a 5. That would mean I bought it in May. So anyway, this is a 2008 Ford Escape. It's a hybrid. I bought this vehicle for parts. As you can see, it's got a good front bumper. It's got a good rear bumper as well as a intact hatch. Now I bought this, and you're probably going to wonder, why did you buy this one for parts and not the other one for parts? Because this is the one I was buying parts for. This is in need of a front bumper right here, right there. The whole vehicle is going to have to be painted. It's fading, dented, crushed. So I normally don't buy vehicles that have been wrecked such as this. I was at the auction one day as I'm wiping sweat off my face. I was at the auction, it came through, it was super cheap, like less than $1,000, and it had good miles. It's got, let me tell you, 104,000 miles. I can have this whole car painted at Mako for like $200. I'm sorry, not 200, $289. At Mako, the prep work, thing's gonna have to be sanded down. I mean, this paint's like nasty. So the prep work shouldn't be horrible, but I wasn't paying attention and I didn't notice that it was like this crushed. Like, it's crushed to the point where this is actually intact, but this is bent down. Now this vehicle still has a clean title, which is the only reason that I bought it, but my hatch, I'm gonna come back here to it, and we're like overgrown here with weeds in the back, but our hatch is like no more. So this hatch online was about $400. This rear bumper was roughly $200, and then the front bumper was roughly $200. I'm doing quick math, that's $800. If I find a really good deal, I might get it all for $600, but I bought this for roughly what I could buy the parts for that one. I bought it in the junk lane at an Odessa auction. I didn't know anything about it. I just knew all the parts I needed were intact. Before I can take this one to the frame shop to have the frame pulled, I have to have a intact bumper so that they can match up all the lines and make sure everything's right. They also have to have a hatch so they can make sure all the lines are correct and everything seats properly right here. So I bought this. I just got it back the other day because I just hadn't been in a rush to get it back. Long story short, I think I locked the door. Let me see if I did. I'll show you what we did. We got it in. It is unlocked. There is a switch or a button on these hybrids, at least the Ford Escapes. There's a button right here. We had a battery that was no good up front, and this also has in the back, being that it's a hybrid, the battery for these is in the back. So that's our battery unit here for the hybrid. Long story short, the battery here in the back was below where it was supposed to be as far as the power that it was supposed to store, and we put in a new battery up front. We pushed this button here, it blinked for about 10 minutes. When it was solid, we came out, and one other quick thing to show you. We took this assembly loose here, and we put the key in. We shook this right here. These are notorious for the ignition switches having trouble with the keys. And started right up, drove perfectly. The transmission's good, the engine's good. All we have to do is take the ignition switch out. You actually have to cut a notch in the ignition switch. What happens is when you turn the key, it doesn't make contact where it's supposed to make contact. So long story short, I bought a vehicle for parts that actually runs and drives, so that's pretty exciting for me. That made my day. Otherwise, we did sell a car today. I sold a 2005 Nissan 350Z. I had 100 and something, 120,000 miles or so. I'm reading your message now, Justin. I'm going back to the AC because it's really hot. Justin says, and I'm going to try to get this in front of me. Justin said, so glad to see you're back, man. Been missing these videos. And I'm reading these out loud because those of you that are watching this later are not going to see these messages in the comments. Fernando, thanks for the info. You're very welcome. That's what I'm here for. I'm actually going to walk in my bathroom and grab a paper towel because I'm dying. I was also experimenting. Hopefully the signal is still coming through strong. Normally I do this on Wi-Fi. If you watched yesterday's video, we lost signal when I went outside, and today hopefully we're not, so I'm just doing it on my Verizon signal today. But that was today for us. We took care of a couple other issues. What did we do? We have a vehicle on the side over here that's going to be ready tomorrow. Nothing special. It's just a 2004 Oldsmobile Alero. That is not where it's supposed to be. Actually, my mechanic is driving it right now. He lost his keys. I forgot about that. He called me yesterday. He couldn't find his keys. Had to drive that car home. So anyway, it's a 2004 Oldsmobile Alero. Actually, I bought it when I first opened up. I almost had this car for 4 years, and I bought it, and it needed a timing chain. We just took care of that a few months back, and it needed some window motors and this and that. So we've been dragging our feet on it. It's just kind of been one of those cars in the back of the lot we haven't done anything with. So we just got that going. It's getting the windshield tomorrow. It's going to be on the front line, so that's like a big thing for us. We're excited. If you go back some of the earlier videos, like some of the first videos I did here at this location, you'll probably see it in the back just behind some weeds. But it's going on the front line tomorrow, so that's exciting. We've got a power steering pump to put in tomorrow on a vehicle. I've got some diagnosing to do. I think we've got a coil issue. I'm going to show you what actually came in the mail today. The 5.4s and even the 4.6s on some of your Ford vehicles are very prone to the ignition coils failing. This box here, I'll actually show you what's inside here. This is a box of ignition coils. Let me see if there's a receipt in here. I don't know what I did with the receipt, but anyway, this is an ignition coil. Used to, in a lot of your older vehicles, there was a block. Or there was a pack maybe of two. Some of the old Chevys or the Pontiacs had a little block that had two built into one, but this is an ignition coil for a Ford. There's a few different variations, some of them like a bent type boot, but if you went to Advanced Auto or say O'Reilly's, wherever, this is going to be probably anywhere from $40 to $60 for one of these. For all 8 in this box, but there's 7 here now because I've got another one out in the vehicle. I bought all these for 35 bucks on Amazon. Now, they may not be the same quality as the one at Advance. I don't know. They're probably not a Motorcraft quality ignition coil, but I just needed to run good right now. I needed to run good for the near future. I'm not trying to obviously buy parts that aren't up to specs and give someone a problem, but I've not had any problems with these as of yet. Some suspension parts like struts and whatnot, I've had a little bit of variance and issues with, but I haven't had issues with these so far. So 35 bucks for 8 beats 60 bucks for one, at least to me. So we got that. Got a couple other repair jobs tomorrow just for some customers doing some brake work. A friend of mine went to Chrysler, took his car. They quoted him almost 600 bucks for a brake job, which is kind of ridiculous. So we're gonna help him out. I got an AC job on a Lexus tomorrow that we're gonna be working in the shop. And otherwise, what's going on tomorrow? Got another rec league basketball game. You heard me talking about that yesterday. Got in the game yesterday, got in the game, our first possession. I go down the lane. There's 2 defenders, one in front of me to my right and one to the left. I actually split the defenders, and I don't know, I think it was somebody's head or elbow caught me right there. And I got up and I was like, why is everyone looking at me funny? And I went to do like that. And when I looked at my hand, it was like coated in blood. Like my whole hand was coated in blood. I had blood coming down here. It was behind my ear, all down my neck. Like I should have got a picture of it. But anyway, it probably looked worse than it was because I sweat a lot and all the blood was mixing in the sweat. So long story short, I only got to play a little bit in the fourth quarter against the nurse there's judgment, but it was a good game. We actually lost by 2. I missed the tying layup. I had contact, didn't get the foul, but that's that. So my wife just pulled in. We are actually going to get some dinner, and I'm gonna try not to get in trouble like I did yesterday when I stayed later. I did sell the Ford Mustang, but she's walking in now, so I'm gonna get off. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.